But they're all these guys are so much more vulnerable than they want us to believe. I was asked, did you ever think that in our 2020 video on Davos, in the year 2020, first video we did on Davos, you ever think it was going to pick up 20 million views and counting? I never did. Did you ever imagine that Davos was going to be openly mocked now on the most watched cable news show in the country?
The WEF is often described as a group of supervillains, but they're also hilariously idiotic. Not just evil, buffoonish.
So that means millions and millions and millions of people are very much aware of what these clowns are up to. And even that network feels completely, it's open season on Davos.
Thank you for watching. Yeah, those people run the world.
No wonder now Ron DeSantis just doubled down on Davos once again.
They do this thing in Davos. They're doing it next week. All these elites come in, the World Economic Forum, and basically, their vision is they run everything, and everybody else is just like a serf, like a peasant. But underlying a lot of that is the CCP.
Again, if that's just lip service, bring it on. We need more lip service. What it means is that there was enough of us down in Florida. I happen to think, we'll see what happens with DeSantis, but what we know for sure, there was enough of us down in Florida for DeSantis to realize I'm going after this Davos nonsense because we got a lot of people out here who think Davos is insane, Klaus is insane. They want nothing to do with Agenda 2030. Lip service, fine. We need more of it. And again, the premier up in Canada, as we showed you last time, chiding Klaus Schwab publicly. She is again.
I guess I find it distasteful when billionaires brag about how much control they have over political leaders, as the head of that organization has. And so, quite frankly, until that organization stops bragging about how much control they have over political leaders, I have no interest in being involved with them.
I have absolute confidence that this grumpy old clown, Klaus Schwab, is going down. Because the science is going down right now, right? I'm sure it may regroup. We don't know what's going to happen, but at the moment, the science is even going down. The Frankenstein monster is out of control, running around taking down the townspeople. They're coming after it with pitchforks and torches. The science. You see? And that's the way it's just going to continue. 2 years ago, this show was featured by The Economist, very impressive, huge organization, very liberal organization. They released a documentary called COVID-19, Why Vaccine Mistrust is Growing. It was a huge video, a huge documentary seen by millions of people, and guess what? They went after us in that video.
In February, the World Health Organization warned of twin dangers: a global pandemic, but also an infodemic, a crisis in accurate public health information.
These insufferable globalist elitists like Bill Gates, he tells us we need a nationwide shutdown for months. This foundation is leading the charge to lower the world's population.
Much of this infodemic is concentrated online.
Uh-oh, we better shut down. The Economist is going after us. The World Health Organization said Remnant TV is undermining the science. It's all over. It's so scary. But the thing is, friends, that was 2 years ago. A lot has changed in 2 years. And in those 2 years, we didn't back down. The science did. December 2022, Forbes magazine. CDC Director Walensky tweets, "We can't stop the spread of COVID-19. Well, thanks for letting us know, sister. Glad you finally figured that out. You see, they all got this science wrong. You seen this graphic?
It's great.
Look at this. Give me a couple of those. I don't have it here in front of me.
My favorite one is Albert Bourla. He says there's no variant that escapes the protection of our vaccine. In comes Delta, in comes Omicron, in comes just about everything else. Oops, boosters.
But he's the expert. Don't question him because he's the expert.
There's no variant.
Give us one more. What's another good one?
It says everyone who takes the vaccine is reducing their transmission. Wrong.
Wrong.
Richard Maddow says, now we know the vaccines work well enough that the virus stops.
The virus stops.
also wrong. Of course Biden, but of course Biden. You know what I mean?
Right.
He says you're not going to get COVID if you have these vaccinations. And Fauci himself says when people are vaccinated, they're not going to get infected. He might have said that back when he didn't have the throat.
Thus spake the science. The science and the scientists were talking through their tinfoil hats about mRNA back then. And guess what, friends? Today, they're talking through their tinfoil hats about climate change. Just look at these headlines. Vaccine mandate for New York healthcare workers now null and void. The National Football League suspends all COVID protocols, including, obviously, vaccines. Pentagon drops COVID-19 vaccine mandates for troops. Refusing to comply is working. The science has been discredited. Agenda 2030, at the moment, seems to be being postponed. But that's why they're so ticked off at Vladimir Putin right now. He's not launching missiles at Ukraine. That's not why they're angry. He's launching missiles at globalism, at their project, at Build Back Better, at the Great Reset. This is why we never bought into the Ukraine narrative, because it was providing cover for the building up and erecting of this Great Reset in 2030, and Putin comes in and blew it to hell. And of course, war is hell. But Putin didn't start this one. And if you think he did, you're watching CNN. And good luck with that. You don't know what's really happening. Put some links down here so you can find out what's really happening over there. But I want to go back to something I said just a few moments ago.